morning. Yes, good morning. Happy Monday. Now, I'm in an absolute different location. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a little bit harder for me to read the comments just because I'm only down to my laptop and I don't have that second monitor. And so I have you there. I have my camera, I have my phone, and a second set of questions and comments. So I'm going to try my best to get to all of the questions and comments. And if I miss any, I'm going to tell you right now, please forgive me. It's because I can't really read that far. So I am a little bit challenged. All right, so let's see. I want to move this over. I want to move this right there. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're going to be cooking. And again, I am in the kitchen, which I think it's kind of fun to move the locations. I feel a little out of sorts, but that's okay. You know what? Change is good. And we're going to be making street corn pasta. And I have been up since 4 o'clock. But I get up at 4 o'clock every morning, so it's not like it's that big a deal. But I've already been to the gym. I did my workout. I came home. I got dressed. I did some content. I went to Walmart, and I started cooking my stuff that I'm showing you all before 9 o'clock. So I'm so I don't know. I'm feeling really accomplished today. So before, I love it when I cook. Now, before I start into everything, I was at Walmart, and of course I had to walk over because I needed some more mascara. I'm going to show you a couple of weird things I found at Walmart. So good morning, Dominique, Tiggy, and Lauren. So a couple of things that I found at Walmart that I couldn't resist is I needed some more mascara. And if you haven't tried this L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara, I'm going to tell you right now, it's my favorite. I love it, and I highly recommend this mascara. Now, another thing I found is this Jergens Natural Glow. And I was like, yeah, this is cool because, you can't see my arms, but I would like to start wearing shorts and skirts more. And I kind of want to have a little bit of a healthy glow, but I don't want to be setting out in the sun. So I got this Jergens Natural Glow, and it says it glides on smoothly to lock in hydration, create a gradual, subtle color. And this is the wet skin moisturizer, and it's medium to deep, which truthfully, I tan really well. So I think that this is going to be a good shade for me because if I do spend any time out in the sun, I tan really quickly. So I also liked that you can put it on in the shower and, subtle. Yes, I have if you watch me long enough, subtle. That's it, subtle. I have a kind of I wouldn't say a speech impediment, but I say certain things really weird. And it's just part of my, little quirky, the way my brain thinks, but it's subtle. And I was trying to say the B. So there you go. So Valerie says, it's great stuff for self-tanning. I love it. Oh, good. So you've tried this. See, because I like the fact that you put it on in the shower, because what I was afraid of the other stuff is I've seen it to where people they tan their hands, and I don't want to do that. So I thought that this would be a great thing to try out, and I thought I'd try it out for both of us, or for all of us. And then that's how it's written. English is the worst. It's part of how it's written. And again, it's just part of my little, it's my little speech impediment. And a lot of times we try to not say when we can't do things perfectly. But I do struggle with pronunciation of certain words. I can't say trousers. It's almost impossible for me to say. Like a trouser, like pants. So I have a tendency I already know what I can and cannot say, so I have a tendency of I'll just slip a different word in just so I can keep my conversation going. But that's part of it. Ann says, definitely got to grab it. I'll take it over. Sun damage. I'm allergic to the sun. Absolutely. And I think this is going to work. I've heard really good things about it, and Valerie says that she loves this stuff. And then I did a video yesterday of my blue eyeliner, and I just wanted to really quick show you what this is. this is the Urban Decay, and it's the Glide On Pencil, and the color is Chaos, which I absolutely love the name of it, and I really like it. So I decided for this Wednesday, because we always do like makeup or skincare on Wednesdays, that I am going to apply, I'm going to do my eyes on Wednesday. So that's what we're doing there. Lauren says, I'm dyslexic, so I pronounce words or spell them either, hold on, either like mixing the I's and the E's around all the time. Yeah, no, I do things like that. And like I said on Fridays, I get my G's and my J's mixed up and my lefts and my rights. Let's see here. Is it waterproof? Yes, it is waterproof. And I've noticed that because when I go to take my makeup off, it's not that it's challenging to take off, but it definitely, you can definitely know that it's got some staying power to it. But I really wanted that. I didn't want a blue that was going to be smearing all over my face. So far, I am absolutely 100% in love with this. Now, for today, I've been wearing it with like a kind of a, oh, that's your Tiggy says that's my go-to blue liner also. Awesome. See, because I've been wearing it with like kind of like a subtle, kind of like a pink eyeshadow. And today I wanted to try it out and I put it with my brown shadow and it still looks great. So regardless as to what color eyeshadow you use, I think it's great. So this is what I've been using. And then on Wednesday, I'll do my eye makeup. And then really quick, and then I'm going to get going and we're going to start jumping in. But our schedule for this week is today I'm cooking. Tomorrow is Tattoo Tuesday. So the subject of tomorrow's is when good tattoos go bad. And I'm just going to kind of talk about the importance of placement, trends, and just all of that. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing my eye makeup and talking about that. Thursday is for fashion, and what I wanted to do is I'm going to watch one of those over 50 videos, and I'm going to kind of critique that, like the things that they say not to wear. I'm going to do kind of like point counterpoint on that. So we're addressing that subject head on Thursday, and then Friday, of course, is question and answers. Anne says, do you use a makeup remover wipes? What I use the e.l.f. Cleansing balm, and it usually has no problem at all. And I just notice I have to just pay a little bit more attention to my eyes to get the makeup off. Let's see here. Susan says, I know you are taking makeup, but I notice your cute socks on the wardrobe videos. Where do you get the socks? Thank you. Oh, Susan, thank you. Yes, no, ask all sorts of questions. You don't have to stick with the subject. The majority of my socks that I get are from Stance. I absolutely love them, and they're just great with Doc Martens. So I either get really cute Stance socks or I like Adidas socks, and those are generally the two that I wear because I can't stand it when I'm wearing socks and then they like slip all over the place. I'm not a fan of that. And then also too, a lot of times I get, and then my third place I get socks is Free People because they've got super cute socks. All right, so what are we doing? Oh, we're cooking. All right, so now the recipe that I'm following, she just told me the ingredients. She didn't say like how much or any of that. So I'm going to be I'm going to be kind of guessing. And this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. And so yeah, let's see if I can put this together. And then we'll talk about some other stuff. Now, I already boiled my pasta because I figured we didn't want to sit here and watch water boil. So the pasta that I used is a bow tie pasta from this brand. And then for my corn, I went and I got the little Green Giant nibblers. This was the frozen corn, and I just boiled it. And then what I did is I sprayed a little bit of avocado oil on it because this is what I use, avocado oil. I sprayed that on my boiled corn, and then I roasted it up because I wanted those little chars right there, because that just kind of, I don't know, I guess it makes it look better. But that's what she did in her video, so that's what I did. All right. So I have my boiled pasta in that, but what we're going to start with is the 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 stuff that we're going to mix the pasta in. And so she said mayonnaise. So we're going to put some mayonnaise in here. And again, you know what, forgive me, but she didn't give like any measurements. There wasn't anything like a cup of this or a cup of that. So I guess it's really going to depend on how much pasta you make and how creamy you want it. So I got some mayonnaise, and we're going to squeeze some in here. Looks like a good amount. And if it's not enough, I can just make more. But this is how much mayonnaise I put in there. And for some reason, I think I'm probably not putting enough, so I'm going to put a little bit more in. And if you have any suggestions, hello, Opera Mama. Now, if you're a good cook and you have any suggestions, by all means, please tell me what you think, because I am not, hello, Courtney. I wouldn't say I'm not a good cook. I just don't cook that often. And if you have, again, any suggestions on anything that could make my life easier or the recipe better, by all means, please do that. So the next thing that she put in was sour cream. And I think I'm going to do my ratio like maybe a little bit. What am I cooking? I am cooking, this is called street corn pasta. And I already have my corn all charred up, and I have my pasta. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more sour cream than I did mayonnaise. So again, this is all just kind of like, I don't know. We're going to see if it works. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I have my little whisk from last week. And I like the fact that the sour cream was squeezable. Yes, I actually bought that one on purpose, and the mayonnaise, both of them squeezable, because I thought it was a little bit easier to demonstrate instead of just scooping it out. So I have that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it all together because I want to see how much we have. Coffee always makes everything better. So blend, 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 blend. So I have that all blended together. All right. Now she said some lemons. So I went and I got 3 lemons. No, limes. See, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at a green lime, and I'm calling it a lemon. So I got 3 lemons, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with that. And I want to see, and the reason that I'm putting the lemons in next is because I want to see the consistency of how watery it's going to get. And I found this, and I think I'm going to do that. And then I've never used this before, and I didn't even know I had it. So let's squeeze this out and see if this works. Squeeze. Ooh, that's good. We're getting some good juice out of this. Okay, that was just half of it. And if you don't have one of these are really cool. Like I said, I didn't even know I had this, but that's how it comes out, and it got a lot of the juice out. So let's put the other half in, and we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to juice that lime. A whole lot of juice. That was nice. Yeah, no, I was actually really impressed with this, and then it comes out like that. So if you don't have one of these, I'm going to, oh, it's upside down. Oh, so my cousin just said it's upside down. What do you mean it's upside down? Otherwise the juice, okay. see, because otherwise the juice comes out weird. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Ah! See, Kara, you get me all mixed up, and then I put that in there. Okay, that is the wrong direction, honey. Turn the lime over. Yes, I get that. Now, Julie, my husband asked me for a divorce after 32 years of marriage. Okay, hold on. We're going to have to put this down. So, Julie, hold on. I have to read this. Julie says, my husband asked me for a divorce after 32 years of marriage. I decided I want a heart tattoo with his name, but everyone thinks I'm crazy. What are your thoughts? Well, Julie, okay. We're gonna put a pause on this, and I want to talk to Julie for just a minute. For one thing, honey, I'm sorry that your husband asked you for a divorce, because I know how difficult that can be. For another thing, your healing journey is yours and yours alone. And if it's what's going to make you feel better, then absolutely 100%, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Now, here's my caveat to that. If you do decide to get a tattoo heart with his name in it, I'm going to tell you right now, talk to your artist about it and make sure that it's done in a way that you can cover up his name. All right. And I'm going to be completely blunt with you, because here's my thought, and I really want you to stop and I want you to hear what I'm saying. My thought is that, yes, you love him, but he wants a divorce. And you, my friend, deserve somebody in your life who is going to love you back just as much as you love them. And the simple fact that he is choosing to move on just means that there's somebody out there who's going to give you that same unconditional love, and it's not him. So don't cut yourself short by being like, this is my only chance of love, because it's not. Right now it hurts. Right now you're going through a lot. Right now you're mourning your marriage. I mean, it's the loss of your marriage. And you have to give yourself time to heal, and give yourself time to realize that your life has just been topsy-turvied upside down, but that's not the way that it's always going to be. And just remember, at the end of the day, you deserve to have a partner who loves you unconditionally like you loved him. And if tattooing his name on you right now makes you feel better, that's your choice. Just make sure that you have another choice to be able to cover it up if you get to that point where you no longer need it. And that is the best advice I can give you. That is, yes. And so, I said each to their own. Yeah. You know what? And that's just the thing is, it's like the only names I have tattooed on me are my children. But that's my choice. And so, but everybody does, yeah, I mean, Kara says, what about a temporary tattoo? You know what? The whole thing is, it's like right now, though, you just have to realize that, I mean, she hurts. She's in pain, Julie, and it sucks. And my heart goes out to you. But that doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that. And it doesn't mean that you're always going to feel like somebody took your love away from you, because you are in control of that. You deserve to have somebody who, again, loves you unconditionally. So, and my heart, again, my heart goes out to you. All right, so the next thing we're going to put is some green onion. So I'm going to chop that up. Yeah, children are definitely much more permanent. But the whole thing is that tattoos are healing, and each tattoo journey is individual. And we all do things for the reason, let's see. Thank you so much, crying. But it's the truth, Julie, and somebody needs to tell you that. And somebody needs to tell you that you have value. And you know what? And a lot of times we put our value in what other people think of us. And you know, and if somebody you love is all of a sudden being like, well, I don't want to love you anymore, it makes you stop and be like, well, gosh, you know what? I'm unlovable. And and people, you know what, unless you're actually going through the actual pain of a breakup, people, and no offense to anybody, but people have a tendency to throw around a lot of opinions. And I just don't think that the only opinion that matters is yours and how you feel right now. So personally, I would wait 6 months and see if you still want that tattoo. I mean, you can definitely design one. You can make an appointment. And I get how, see, here's the thing, Julie, and I'm still talking to you directly, but sometimes when you have emotional pain, and that's exactly what a divorce is, it's an emotional hurt. You want a physical representation of that. And that tattoo right there would be a physical representation of how much your husband hurt you. You can, you know what, and I totally get it, but you don't need to always carry that around with you. You deserve to have a really cool, awesome tattoo that makes you feel happy and good about yourself instead of remembering somebody who doesn't love you the way that you want to be loved. So enough said about that. Oh, let's see here. Corn over there look amazing. Yes, those corns are amazing. So what I'm doing right now is I chopped up 3 green onions. I put that one lime in and I almost cut up another one, but I really want to wait and see how liquid I'm going to make this. So I have my little green onion, and boy, I have a lot of it, but oh well. And then her recipe called for parsley. And I made an executive decision, and I decided to put cilantro in it instead because I absolutely love the taste of cilantro, especially with lime. So I'm cutting up and I'm going to dice up some cilantro and I'm going to put that in there. And you know, it's really cool. And I have such an amazing platform and I just love everybody so much. I had a lady reach out to me yesterday and with my little makeup video, you know, the one where I showed a gal after my home. Well, Courtney, we share a brain, sweetheart. But I had a lady reach out to me yesterday, and I saved the message, but it was about my makeup. And I guess she lost her husband to pancreatic cancer about 6 months ago. And she found herself not wearing any makeup. She just stopped doing it. And she was like 62, I think she said. And she's like, sweetheart, I just want to let you know that your video has inspired me to go to Sephora and buy some more makeup. And I'm like, wow, that is so cool. And, you know, the internet gets such a bad rap sometimes. I'm making it I always make too much stuff, but I'm making a little bit more saucy stuff. But you know what? The internet can also be inspiring, and it can also be nurturing, and we can support each other, and we can love each other through really hard times. So I am absolutely blessed to be able to do that, and I thank each and every one of you. All right, so I made an executive decision, and I'm going to put another lime in, and I am going to do it the way Kara said to do it, which just doesn't make any sense. All right, so I'm putting it this way, and then we're going to smish it, and it's squirting me all over the place. No, I'm going to go rogue. I'm going to say the other way. You know what? I've always done things backwards and upside down, and I'm going to continue to squeeze my line backwards and upside down. No, there's a whole lime controversy as to what's the correct way to do this. So I am going to just go rogue, and I'm going to continue to do it this way. All right, so now we have 2 limes. We have the sour cream. We have the mayonnaise. We have the limes. And then she said some chili powder. which I'm going to put some in. I don't really cook very much with chili powder, but we're going to try it. So that's how I've always done it. Yeah. Again, Courtney, you know, what can I say? We're like little twins. All right. So I'm going to just put in some chili powder. Again, not really cooking with this very much. I don't know if I put too much in or the right amount in, but I have that much in. And I'm going to blend that up. And then she said some black pepper. So I am going to put that in. Again, not knowing how much, but I put that much in. And so there's that. Okay. Now, she said garlic, all right? But I went to Walmart and I got this. And I, for the life of me, don't know what to do with it. All right. Because she's like, we'll chop up some garlic. And I'm like, I don't want to eat like a big old chunks of garlic. So I'm going to try. In the spirit of trying new things, I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to chop up a clove of garlic. And let's see what happens. You know, if you don't try new things, how are you ever going to learn? For one thing, I have to figure out how to get one out of here. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to be like that. And you know what? I know I have horrendous knife skills, so don't come at me. Okay. All right, so we have a garlic. Yay! Now, I have seen on different shows, that they do this. Watch. Oop, I don't want to cut myself. So they're like, and I don't know what that does. The only thing that did was smush it. So I'm going to, I don't know. You know what? Forget it. I don't want to do it. Let's see here. I can't read this. It says, try to use a cheese grater to grate the garlic. I use garlic powder. Oh, you know what? I have garlic powder. Thank you. Thank you, Kara. Let me grab that. Hold on. Well, this just makes it a whole lot easier. Just do garlic powder. Okay, Courtney says the same thing. All right, so let's put a little... Well, that shook out really fast. All right, so now we have garlic powder. Okay, so now that's all the stuff that it was. Tina says, since I just got on the chat, what are you making? I am making street corn pasta. I did a poll on the channel, and I gave 3 options. And the options were... Okay, these were the options. It was street corn pasta, that one at 51%. Then I was going to do fake tuna fritters, where you actually I was going to do a plant-based tuna, which I'm glad that this didn't win because it expired. This came in at 14%. Golden tofu bites came in at 19%. And I'm definitely thinking I'm going to make that next. And then flourless cottage cheese bread, which I don't know if you've been seeing any of the cooking here on TikTok, but it's all about cottage cheese and the weird things that you can make with it. Try to keep the vampires away. Exactly. You know what? I have no other use for it. I'll just use it for that. So now, this is my bow tie pasta, and I guarantee you I made way too much. But I'm going to start adding it in to my sauce because I don't know how much I want to put in. But I'm only going to put enough in to kind of coat it up a little bit. So let's see how this looks. As my pasta is all sticking together. Yes, I boiled it in oil, but it's still sticking together. And what am I looking for? We'll stir it up with this. Okay, So now I'm going to stir, stir, stir. And it's looking pretty yummy. I think I need more because I have too much sauce. And I don't want it to be super saucy. Super saucy like me. Let's see here. Just do the garlic powder. Yep, that's what I did. All right, so I have, again, I'm going to put a big old chunk of pasta in there. And I'm going to stir it up. And I don't want to put too much in because I don't want to make any more sauce. All right, so this is what we have so far. Looking pretty yummy. What does everybody think? Thumbs up? Good? Yeah? Are we good? All right, I'm thinking I'm liking it. Now, we're going to put the corn in. And I went and I got the little nibblers and I boiled them and then I sprayed them. Yeah, it looks good. I boiled them and then I sprayed them with avocado oil and then I kind of sauteed them up to get the little charred look on there. Now, here's the kicker. We have to get the corn off the cob and into the pasta. So I watched how she did it and looks yummy. Yeah, it does. So I watched how she did it and I'm very carefully going to just cut. Oh, look at that. It's actually pretty easy. And I'm just going to cut right down the little cobs. Now, once this is all said and done, I'm going to show you a super easy way to make this recipe. But I didn't want to just cheat and do it right away because the product might not be available in your area. And I want to make sure that I show you something we all can cook. So I am super impressed with my knife skills, but I can't be too impressed because if I get too overly confident, I'll end up just cutting myself. And I don't want to do that. So I took the corn off the cob and I'm going to put it in my pasta. And I just don't know how much I want to put in. So I just did 2 little nibblers. And if I don't use more, I'll just eat my nibblers because it's been a long time since I've had corn on the cob. So now I added it there and I'm just going to stir it in. And I'm thinking I might add, I'm going to add a little bit more corn and probably some more pasta. Because right now, hindsight, I probably did not need to add that extra mayonnaise or sour cream or lime. Because I didn't want to make like so much that I guess I'm eating that for lunch and dinner and Robert and Brandon are having some also. They don't know it yet, but they are. So I did another nibbler. And I'm going to put that in there. And then just a tiny bit more of the pasta. And then let's see how that looks. I actually think this looks really yummy. You know, I 100% am thinking that this is super cool. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So I'm going to give it a little taste. Because I haven't taste tested it yet. Definitely the lime and the cilantro give it a really good taste. I am going to add just one more little nibbler. And then I'm going to, we have a couple more things to add to it. So I am going to do this last nibbler. Cut. And then, there we go. We're going to add that. I'm going to stir it up. There's a lot of pasta here. I guess I'm eating this for the next couple of days. Now, we are going to add some cheese. But not just any cheese. It does look amazing. It is really good. Now the cheese that we're going to add is this queso fresco. And if you've never tried this cheese, this is my favorite cheese. And the way that I prepare it is like this. So let me clean off my... I'm making a mess today. Last week when I was cooking, I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm a super fanatic about keeping my little station clean. That's all out the window today. It's not very clean around here. Yes. All right. So we have the little queso fresco. And so it comes like this, all right? It comes in like a little wheel. And what I do is I take it, and then I have a fork. There she is. I have a fork, and what I do is I just scrape it, and then it crumbles right into the pasta, just like that. This is the best cheese. I love this cheese. So I'm just going to put cheese in there, and it just crumbles big pieces, little pieces. And then we're going to put that in, probably a little bit more. There you go. So now we're going to stir that in, and then I'm going to taste that, and then I decided I'm going to add one more ingredient that I'm going to add to it. So let's try this. Taste test. And you know what, truthfully, if it wasn't any good, I would 100% tell you it wasn't any good, and then I just wouldn't eat it. But this is really good. I really like this. Now, let me chew. What I was thinking about doing is adding... You want to try some, Brendan?
What?
You want to try some?
There's mayo in it.
We'll just pretend like there's not.
But there's mayo. I know there is.
But I know, but I'm just saying, would you like to be brave and try one?
No. There's mayo in it.
But there's corn, too, and you like corn.
I do like corn, but I don't like mayo.
Well, just get over it. Just pretend like it's something else.
I can pretend, try it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
See, your kids will love it. Brandon won't eat, he's so funny. He won't eat cheese, but he'll eat pizza. He won't eat cheese, but he'll eat it on a hamburger. And I told him I was making street corn pasta, and he's like, oh my gosh, that sounds so great. And then he saw the ingredients, and he's like, there's mayonnaise in it? I'm like, yeah, because it's street corn, and that has mayonnaise. And he's like, nope, I don't like it then. I'm like, oh, my Lanta, you are so finicky. So let's see her. Okay, so what I'm doing is, how I thought I was going to eat it is I have my little street corn pasta right here. All right, so I'm going to put some in a bowl. All right, I got it in a bowl. I was going to put a little sliced avocado with it because I just thought that would add, I don't know, just another element of protein. Avocado's good for you. There's my fork. So I am going to, there you go. I'm going to slice that right in there. And so I have my pasta, I have my avocado, and I'm going to try it. I'm going to tell you right now, this is super good and like a meal on its own. I could keep eating, but I think that would be a really weird video if I'm like, hey, hang out with me while I eat. And it is super yummy. Now, Tiggy says, can I ask you how old your boys are? My oldest is back home again, He's going to be 35. I swear they come home like like a hotel anymore. Two of my kids are married now, at least. Yes. Okay. Robert is 32. Brandon is 30, and they both are here with me in the house, and I think it is absolutely, it's where they need to be. I mean, they're both kind of like did a little reshift with life, kind of like I did, where they changed directions a little bit. And it is my honor as their mother to be able to give them a landing zone, basically, to where they have the freedom to make huge life decisions without being monetarily, without suffering monetarily. Um, I'm eating lunch too. Well, good, Kara. You know what? You should make this. It's really good. But that's just kind of the way I look at it. You're hungry now? I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm going to be having. This is my lunch and my dinner. But really quick, to finish, Tiggy, the conversation, I mean, it used to be such a stigma of people moving back. And it's just not that way anymore. I mean, life is incredibly expensive. I went to Walmart to get all this stuff, and I got toilet paper and paper towels and some Claritin. And I walked out of there with 2 bags, and it was $133. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I mean, when did life become so expensive? And Tiggy said, yeah, that's how I feel, where he needs to be. Exactly. You know what? I don't think any child is like, I want to move back home, but sometimes, life just kind of gives you that kind of like where it needs you to reset. And nothing against my parents. I love them dearly. I mean, there was a point in my life where I'm like, hey, I need to move back home. And they're like, I don't think so. And my life probably would have turned out a little bit different. So I've always wanted to extend that to my children, to where it's like, whatever you have going on in your life, if you need to be here, this is where you need to be. Hello. So, gosh, it's so hard to read this. It looks fabulous, but I have stomach issues that don't allow me to. Oh, yeah. No, you know what, Kara? My stomach really was not doing well for a while, and I ended up becoming a vegetarian. And once I became a vegetarian, my stomach issues they basically kind of solved itself. But I have noticed that the older I get, I kind of have to change my diet every once in a while, just because my body processes food differently. I mean, right now I'm trying not to eat a whole lot of bread. It doesn't mean that I don't have a piece of pizza every once in a while, but I really have cut out on the grilled cheese sandwiches and a whole lot of thick bread. Hello. Let's see here. We downsized thinking it was a good time. Now we are. It's not big enough. Yeah, you know what? My walk-in closet. We have a storage unit, but my walk-in closet is also part storage unit now. And truthfully, I thought that it was going to be a lot tighter fit, but no, we each have our own individual spot. I mean, Robert has his room with his office. I have my room with my office. Brandon has his room with his office. We have common areas. So we've actually fit in together nicer than I thought we were going to. Hello. Okay, so Kara says, we had our memorial service for my mom last week. So stress is definitely a factor. Yes, and again, I'm so sorry for the loss of your mom. It's funny. It's not really funny, Kara, but it's interesting that you brought that up, because it was right after my mom died that I became a vegetarian, and I was having horrible stomach issues. And it was at that point that, I think my body was so stressed that it was just like, yeah, I'm not going to process the meat anymore. And that was my determining factor to become a vegetarian. And I just never really went back to it. So maybe just figure out what I always say keep a food diary. And by that, I mean, when you eat something, just write down how it makes you feel. I mean, if you eat a meal and all of a sudden you're getting kind of sleepy, you know what? Your body might not be processing it. You know, if you eat something and it makes you nauseous, and then that way you can kind of determine what foods are working well with your body and then what foods aren't. Um, I finally cut out energy drinks, coffee, and then you just drink water. Wow, that's really good. And I still drink my coffee. That is the one vice I still have, and I'm probably going to stick. You know, it's something that I've given up a whole lot. I'm very strict on my diet, but I still drink coffee, and this is again so yummy. Now, this would be a great side dish. And I'm thinking if you wanted to add more to it, you could actually add like, I don't know, like maybe some shredded chicken to make it more of a all-around meal. I need to know what is in the sauce. So would you please repeat it again? I know it has mayo and sour cream. Yes. So the sauce was super easy. And what it is, it was pretty much equal parts of the mayonnaise and the sour cream. So equal parts of that. Now, it had a little bit of pepper. It had a little bit of chili powder. And then it also had garlic powder. So these three right here. So you have pepper, chili powder, and then garlic powder. So we had those three. I put in 2 limes, and you can use your lime squeezer however you want, either upside down or not. And that was it. And then I had my little nibblers that I charred, and I had my bow tie pasta. I added the little queso fresco cheese, and then I put avocado in there. And that is 100% the recipe. Veggies, send me to the hospital. So I'm still working on it. Yeah, and you know what? And that's just the whole thing. It's like definitely raw veggies are hard on my stomach, but I did, it looks fabulous. It is so good. So I've been seeing, again, on TikTok, all these great recipes. And what I made for lunch on Friday, was I took a cabbage and I sliced it to like, almost like a steak. And then I sprayed that with the avocado oil and salt and pepper and a little garlic. And I broiled that. I put it in the oven and I baked that. And then I made homemade egg fried rice. And I put that all together with the cabbage steaks, and it was such a good meal. And so I had somebody reach out to me and ask me if I would do kind of like a breakdown of like things I eat throughout the day. So what I'll start doing is maybe I'll start doing a couple of videos of like things I eat throughout the day. Because I got to tell you, I mean, I know I'm constantly talking about like, you know, battling that extra 10 pounds that I'm carrying around, but I'm not going to give up. You know what? I'm not going to just be like, well, I guess that's here to stay. And I'm going to make the adjustments. I'm going to eat accordingly. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do what I need to do in order to feel good about myself and my skin. And whatever version it is that you are trying to achieve, or even if you're not trying to achieve any changes, but you just want to have a healthier lifestyle, then I say by all means, you know, experiment with different recipes, different foods, and I am on a mission. And this probably with the sour cream and the mayonnaise and the pasta and the cheese is not dietetic, but it is awfully darn good. All right. I'm watching, Tina says, love watching you do your recipe shows. All the videos are great. Thank you so much. And I am so glad. Tina only gets to watch us on Mondays. Now, Tina, I know you might not have been here in the very beginning, but since I'm in a different location, I only have one monitor, and it's a little bit harder for me to read the comments. So I didn't realize that you were here until right now. So hello. Kara says, a little is best of a lot rather than a lot of a little. That makes sense, Tiggy. Yes. So Tiggy says, I don't digest all the veggies either. I just had a salad sick for 4 days. Yes. And you know what? My mom was the same way. And a lot of times it's the raw vegetables are the hardest on your stomach. So if you do want to eat vegetables, I would suggest not spitting all over the place like I just did, but get a steamer and then steam your vegetables. And then that just seems to be a whole lot easier to digest. Ann says, I definitely need more help with recipes and vegetables. I have to cook down all my veggies. Yeah, I don't eat raw vegetables. I mean, my corn is cooked. Yeah, so that's it. So next week, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to be adventurous, and I know that it didn't win the poll, but I'm thinking we should try that flourless cottage cheese bread. I am so intrigued by all the recipes I've been seeing using cottage cheese. I mean, everything from like cottage cheesecake to cottage cheese ice cream. And this cottage cheesecake seemed really easy. It's flourless. So I think we might just be adventurous next week and try that. Let's see here. Naomi says, I have eaten raw vegetables before. It was before in a salad, and then wondered why my stomach wasn't feeling so good, aka going to the restroom. Yeah, no, it is. Raw vegetables are really, really hard on your stomach. And again, just trying to if you want vegetables, just steam them, and it will make them so much easier to digest. Now, oh, cool, Valerie. I'm glad that you like that idea, because that's what we'll do next Monday, because I'm all intrigued about that, because I love cottage cheese. And I've been eating cottage cheese since I was a kid. Let's see here. Good morning from Southern California. Nice to see you. Well, good morning and welcome. And hopefully you want some pasta, because that's what I made, and it's so yummy. Now, what was I saying? I keep staring at my pasta. Rosham, Kathy, that's exactly what I was going to say. Hold on. What I like to do is I get a cooking sheet. I'll put some foil on it, and then I'll put the vegetables on that. And again, I'll spray it with like this avocado oil. And if you don't have this, I highly recommend it, because this just finely coats things instead of like having to put a whole lot on. And then I'll sprinkle like a little Parmesan cheese, and then I will just put them in the oven or the air fryer. And even that makes them easier to digest than just eating them raw. And then they're very good. Now, Kathy says Brussels sprouts roasted are the bomb. Yes. And what I do with my Brussels sprouts is I'll start to cook them, like I'll start to bake them, and then halfway through I smash them. And then I either with like a fork or like something, and you just smash them down so they're flat. And then I just spray them again with like a little avocado oil. Sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on it and let them get really crispy, and those are really good. That's how I like to cook them. I use avocado spray too. Get a pack at Costco. You know, I got this at Signature. Ooh, this would be Target. So yeah, I use this on everything, and this is what I used when I was roasting my little nibblers. Now, what I could do with this, let's be adventurous. All right, we're not done yet, all right? Trim the end, cut in half, drizzle with olive oil and Tony's. Ooh, we're going to try something. All right, just because we can and just because I want to. So I'm going to put just a little mayonnaise on What is going on? This is brand new. All right. Okay, so I put a little mayonnaise, and I'm going to smear it around. Smear, 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 smear. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little chili powder on here. And I'm going to see what this tastes like because it's kind of like, yes, the cottage, okay, yes, because it's like street corn. So let's put this on. Dun, dun, dun. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, so I have my nibbler that I boiled, that I sprayed with avocado oil, that I kind of like charred in my pan. And that's really good too. So, hold on. So let's try, ooh, okay. So now, look at us go. We are so adventurous. So it's the nibbler boiled, charred in the pan with the avocado oil. I put a little mayonnaise on, I put a little chili pepper on, and then I just squeeze some lime on it. All right, let's see. The lime is what makes it really good. So if you don't want the pasta, if you don't want that pasta, because you know what, the pasta and the sour cream is not, thank you, Kathy. The pasta and the sour cream is not super dietetic, right? It's not at all. But if you want to take your little nibblers, again, I will repeat it, and you just boil them, you spray them with the avocado oil, you put them in a pan, you give them a char, you put a little mayonnaise on it, you sprinkle a little chili powder, and then you squeeze a little lime on it, and it is really good. And this one doesn't taste as heavy as this one. This one is more of a meal, but this is really nice and light and really good. Gotta make some food now. Yeah, I'm sorry, but this is really good. But this is how I eat. You know what? I eat things like this without having like a heavy, like steak or chicken or anything like that. So this is really cool. I got a elote seasoning from Trader Joe's. It's so good. Ooh, I'll have to try that. Now, if you want to make this recipe and you don't want to do all of those extra steps, I'm going to show you something that I think would be really easy. And that would be, okay. So I'm not too sure if you have a store near you that carries this brand, but this right here, this is Alexa Mexican style street corn. And what you could basically do, and what I would do, is boil up your pasta like I did here. Alexa, off. Boil up your pasta here. Put this in the microwave for like 5 minutes, and then put that in the pasta. Just add probably like a little, you probably just need to add like maybe a little bit more mayonnaise and sour cream. Put in the lime, the chili, and the pepper, and I think, and the cheese, and I think that it would be the same thing without having to like go through all of those steps. So this is what I was originally going to do. I was originally going to just cheat and be like, I'm just going to microwave this and throw it in pasta and call it a day. But I thought that that was kind of like, I don't know, if I'm going to sit here and be like, cook with Lonni and have a morning cooking show on Mondays, I need to actually cook. So you can do it the way I just showed you, or you can get this, microwave it, and throw it in with some pasta, add a little lime, and I think it would be just as good because this stuff is the bomb. If you've never tried this, it's really good. Now, they had a same brand. I got a cauliflower and broccoli au gratin, which is basically like cheese sauce, and I did not like that. But I do like their Mexican corn. Yes, I use it all the time, and olive oil as well. Olive oil spray is on the top of my groceries list right now. Absolutely. You know what? It's 0 calories, and there's 0 carbohydrates, no saturated fat, and it does a great job of, like I said, giving that char. First time I heard of avocado one, but I'll give that a try. I'm a sucker for cooking. Yeah, you know what? Cooking is fun, and it's just something that I haven't really. I kind of denied myself that happiness for a while, just because I was like, oh, I'm too busy. I can't do this and I can't do that, and you know what? Sometimes I am busy, but at the end of the day, homemade food tastes really good, and this stuff is, again, the bomb. Now, one more thing I want to show you that I got at Walmart is this P.F. Chang's Sriracha Mayonnaise Dynamite Hot Sauce. So, another thing that I am thinking about making is like getting some of that fake tuna and then doing like a vegetarian California roll. And I thought that sounded really good too. So, this is exciting. I mean, we have so many different options to choose from, but next week I'm definitely doing the cottage cheese flourless bread, period. End of story. So there you go. I've got all this food. My kitchen's a mess, and I'm hungry. So I am going to be signing off for this morning. Now remember, tomorrow is Tuesday, and Tuesday is Tattoo Tuesday. And again, we are talking about when good tattoos go bad. And we're just going to look at, again, the importance of picking the right artist, picking the right design, picking the right placement. And I'm going to be talking to, and I don't want to get super controversial, but I'm going to be talking about some trends that are super popular right now, but I'm not 100% sure on their longevity of how long these tattoos are going to last. I know, I am so upset that Sriracha stopped their production. I love real Sriracha hot sauce. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I was so upset that I actually bought some off of Amazon that was not cheap. And I'm really upset also. So what I'll do is I'm going to start trying different brands and see if I can't find something similar, because it's really super important for me to find something that's just as good, because I eat it like on every meal and everything, absolutely. So that was it. And I hope that you enjoyed this morning, and I hope that you all, whatever you're doing now, I hope you stop and you make yourself a very yummy breakfast or lunch. And again, I'll be back tomorrow for Tattoo Tuesday. And until then, remember, be bright, be bold, be brave. Thank you again for hanging out with me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Bye. Love you.